Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're looking at something you literally do without even thinking about. But according to traditional wellness practices, it might just be a hidden superpower. We're talking about clapping therapy. It's this incredible concept drawn from ancient roots that claims we can actually heal ourselves using nothing more than our own two hands. Let's unpack the source material together and see exactly how this whole thing works.
So, here's our path to wellness map for today. We'll start with how clapping is more than just applause. Explore its reported effects on the mind and immunity, uncover some surprising benefits for kids, look at how it supposedly heals the physical body, and finally, we'll break down the exact technique to clap therapeutically.
All right, Section 1, more than just applause, flipping the script on clapping. If you're like most people, you associate clapping with an audience, right? It's an external reaction, but the source material challenges us to rethink that entirely.
Normally, we think of what you might call the social clap. You know, what you do at a concert to appreciate someone else, directing all your energy outward. But the source introduces a completely different paradigm here, the therapeutic clap. In this context, the purpose isn't outward appreciation at all, it's inward healing. By just shifting your intention, the claim is that you transform an everyday, ordinary gesture into a genuinely effective healing mechanism.
Now, what's really interesting about the biology behind this claim centers around a very specific number, 30 plus. According to the source, there are over 30 specific acupressure points located right there in the palms of our hands. So your palm isn't just flat tissue, it's practically a highly sensitive, interconnected map of your entire body.
The underlying philosophy here is that the human body is incredibly complex, but everything is linked together, like a giant puzzle. Your palms act as a sort of master control center. Activating those 30-plus pressure points directly stimulates the blood vessels and the nervous system, sending signals straight to your internal organs and your brain. So you aren't just making noise, you are supposedly sending physical healing commands throughout your entire body.
Moving on to Section 2, boosting mind and immunity, your internal shield.
Mental health is the first major benefit highlighted in the source. The therapy claims that clapping is quite literally the best way to de-stress your mind and control anxiety. It acts as a preventative measure against states of depression. And, this actually makes a lot of historical sense when you realize that various groups already use clapping as a daily spiritual practice. Think about the singing of bhajans, or spiritual songs. That rhythmic stimulation is said to inherently promote mental balance and spiritual well-being.
But it's not just mental, right? It's deeply physical too. The source asserts that clapping has a direct impact on your white blood cells, or WBCs. As we know, these are the immune system's frontline soldiers. They protect us from infectious diseases and foreign invaders. The claim here is that clapping actually boosts the production of these exact cells. What that means is, during seasonal changes when viruses and bacteria are literally everywhere, clapping therapy is presented as a way to minimize your risk of getting sick.
Which brings us to Section 3, surprising benefits for children. A cognitive boost.
The overarching claim here is that clapping increases cognitive powers, enhancing memory and concentration for kids. But the claims get incredibly specific. We're talking about bettering handwriting and minimizing spelling mistakes? No way, right? It's really fascinating to think that regular stimulation of the palms could refine motor skills and cognitive processing to the point where a child's spelling actually becomes more accurate.
All right, Section 4, healing the physical body from head to toe.
One of the major physical benefits outlined in the material is improved bone health and significant pain relief. For anyone who frequently suffers from severe issues, like chronic back pain for instance, the source states that clapping therapy is highly likely to reduce the severity of that pain. The ultimate goal here is accessibility. It's about giving patients a tool they can use absolutely anywhere to help them lead a more normal, pain-free life.
And this next part brilliantly illustrates just how wide-ranging these holistic claims truly are. Hair loss prevention. Yeah, forget the expensive shampoos for a second. The source claims that clapping can actually stimulate the growth of hair cells and cure daily hair problems. It all goes back to that idea that activating the palms sends positive signals right up into your scalp.
And the list of ailments this therapy supposedly addresses is just vast. We're talking arthritis, hypertension, diabetes, insomnia, headaches, the common cold, and even eye problems. The source makes a really bold, comprehensive claim here that regular clapping acts as a universal, highly accessible remedy for a massive array of physical conditions. It is a super fascinating look at how alternative therapies view the interconnectedness of the human body.
So, the crucial point is, how do we actually do it? let's look at Section 5, How to Clap Therapeutically, the Technique.
It is all about form. Step 1. Keep your hands completely straight. Not cupped, not relaxed, straight. When you strike, step 2 is that it must be exactly palm to palm and finger to finger. You want to make direct contact with all those pressure points simultaneously. But step 3, the final step, is absolutely vital. After clapping, you stop, close your eyes, and actually feel the energy and heat generated within your palms. That heat, according to the source, is the healing energy circulating through your system. And finally, consistency and mindset are key. The source prescribes practicing this every single day, about 2 to 3 times a day. But perhaps the absolute most important instruction is the attitude. You must do this with a beautiful smile on your face. That positive mindset is presented as an essential ingredient to really unlock the therapy's full healing potential.
It's an incredibly empowering thought, isn't it? That a simple, mindful shift in how we strike our hands together could potentially de-stress our minds, boost our immunity, and soothe our bodies. Based on these traditional claims, the tools for holistic wellness might not just be out there in the world, but quite literally attached to our wrists. So, I'll leave you with this to ponder. What healing power is waiting right now in your own 2 hands? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.